Vishwanath sir, all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Sir, you may share your screen. We have made you co-host. You may share your screen, and we are live now on YouTube. So
Yeah.
you may share your screen. Yeah. Keep it in slideshow mode, sir. Yeah.
It seems already slideshow mode.
Perfect. Yeah.
Subir sir, a very good afternoon.
Very good afternoon. Very good afternoon. How are you?
Fine, sir. Thank you. Hariharan, sir. Very good afternoon. Subrato here. Vishwanath ji, all the very best.
Sir, thank you very much, sir.
Okay, very good afternoon. Yes, Dr. Day.
Sir, sir.
This is your day also. Dr. Day, it is your day also.
Sir, sir.
Yeah. For Mr. Vishwanath, is a big day.
Sir.
But actually, for the supervisor also is a special day.
Sir.
Sir, with everybody's guidance, sir, this could reach up to this. Good afternoon, madam.
हाँ ठीक है नहीं उसकी मदद वही गया था बीआरसी उसका
Good evening, Dubey sir. Good evening. Good evening and namaskar, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening, Sujit sir. Dr. Sujit Dubey sir. Good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Yeah, good evening.
Namaskar. Namaskar.
Dubey sir, namaskar.
We are waiting for Professor Rao.
Yes, sir. Mr. Rajiv sir,
Good afternoon, madam.
good afternoon. Just 2 minutes, VC sir is joining. Then we will start.
Sir, good
Okay.
evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Good evening, Rajesh Kumar
good evening,
Panda,
sir.
sir. Good evening.
Sir,
Good evening,
Orasco
good evening,
sir
sir.
has joined, sir.
Good evening, VC sir.
Yeah,
With your
very good
permission.
evening. Very good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome, Dr. Professor S.K. Dubey and Dr. Rajiv Panda for our external evaluators, examiners, all my senior faculty members. We may begin now. Over to VC sir.
So, very good afternoon to all of you. So, and hearty welcome to today's open YOOC, PhD YOOC of Mr. Vishwanath, who has worked under the guidance of Dr. Subrata Day. And today, the external examiners, the reviewers for Mr. Vishwanath is. So we have, Dr. The S.K. Dubey from the sort of the IIT BHU Varanasi. Then we have Dr. Rajiv Kumar Pandaji from the NIT Rourkela, and we have got all of our senior faculty members with us, and also a number of our PhD scholars and supervisors that are participating online. Now that the new model is going through this online, with this it's giving an opportunity to a lot more people to participate across the country. Some of them are participating through Zoom, and some of them are participating through the YouTube Live. Such of them that only listen to that. So with these few words, we can start with the PhD YOOC with the permission of both the external examiners. And normally, Mr. Vishwanath, what we have been doing is, sort of as a scholar, you get an opportunity to present, your thesis, for about 45 minutes. And after that, we'll throw it open. It will be left to the concerned, both the examiners to this thing evaluate you. Once the evaluation is complete, then the floor is open to rest of us. And typically, like while making the presentation, so considering the time is 45 minutes, if we can focus more and more on what you have done, rather than sometimes what we notice is, a number of scholars, they spend a lot of time on the introduction itself. Instead of that, if you can focus a lot more on the work, what you have done, I think that will help you in terms of the time management. So with these few words, over to Mr. Vishwanath.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. And so my sincere regards and good afternoon to all the faculty and both the externals, Rajiv Kumar Panda sir from NIT Rourkela and Sushant Dubey sir from IIT BHU. It's my privilege to present the research work which I have conducted along with the guidance of Dr. Subrata Kumar Day sir, Associate Professor, Faculty of Management Studies, IPA University, Jharkhand. So to begin, I will share the screen, sir. Yes. So, sir, this is myself, Vishwanath. sir, I am having around 23 years of experience in Indian pharmaceutical industry, and currently I am working as Assistant General Manager for marketing for Shield Healthcare in the domain of neurology, which is related to the brain. And when it comes to my educational credentials, I am a B.Pharmacy graduate from Berhampur University, followed by MBA in marketing from ICFI University. And after that, I have done my postgraduate diploma in brand management from MICA, and obtained communication certification from Daniel Carnegie Institute. And it's my privilege that having started my MBA from ICFI, got a chance to pursue my research in ICFI Jharkhand since 2016. As of now, 7 publications, 4 related to the subject, 3 out of the subject, and bit excited to see the citation part as well. Currently, it is at 3. Hope it will multiply in the months to come. And sincere thanks to my external reviewer, sir, who has taken time and given me suggestions chapter by chapter, line by line, and which we have gone through it line by line, and I tried to incorporate most of the suggestions, and including the checking of the grammar and adding the latest referencing part as well. I sincerely thank my reviewers, sir. So, sir, the flow of presentation has been divided into 3. Sir, audible, sir?
Yes.
Can I continue, sir?
Sure.
Yeah. So the flow of presentation has been divided into 3 parts. The first part I will be focusing on introduction. What has motivated me to take up this research study? What is the need for the study, scope of the study, and significance? Followed by the literature review, identification of research gap, and development of conceptual model, research methodology, and research questions, followed by the objectives of the study. Then, having completed the data collection part, data interpretation, findings, conclusion, implications, limitations of research, along with scope of further future research, followed by references. So this is the flow I'm going to follow. So to give you the glimpses of IPM, Indian pharmaceutical market, it is 3rd largest in the world, and annual turnover is 38 billion US dollars. And here, out of this 38 billion, 78% of our market is being contributed by branded generics. Branded generics means, sir, for example, paracetamol. Paracetamol, which is being marketed by different pharmaceutical organizations, various under names, various names. That is called branded generic. Whereas innovator brands means it will be marketed only by the innovator company. So in India, 70% of the revenue comes from branded generics, and the market is very competitive. Now here, 44% of the market share is being dominated by top 10 pharmaceutical companies. Now, the entire process, the core of everything is physician. Why? Because physician prescribes medicine to the patient for getting recovery from the prevailing pathological condition. So that is called prescription. And this prescription brings revenue to the organization. So that makes each and every organization to put physician at the center of everything. So that makes each and every organization to focus their efforts towards the physician for obtaining prescription for the brand which they are promoting in the presence of alternative brands. So this is the introduction part. So everybody will compete to get the prescription for the promoted brand in the presence of the alternatives available to the physician. So what is the motivation to conduct this study? So studies on factors affecting the physician's prescribing behavior were conducted, but most of the studies were focused on product attributes, product availability, then what should be the efficiency of the medical representative who on behalf of pharmaceutical organization comes, meets the doctor, tells about the brand, introduces the brand, promotes the brand. So on these few topics, lot of research work has happened. However, lot of very less studies were conducted on the impact of physicians with respect to their internal factors. Product attributes, availability, MR quality, everything is external to the physician. They are well studied. But as a physician, what do I need? What is my expectation? These internal factors were not studied. So that has motivated us, and that has not only motivated, but there is a need to do the research to determine the factors influencing the physicians, be it external factors and be it internal factors, because these internal factors in turn will influence the external factors towards making the physician to take a prescribing decision. That means physician will decide whether to prescribe this brand promoted by this XMR of ABC organization in the presence of other alternatives. So that is the need we felt this should be answered, which is not being done to the best of our knowledge. The scope. Here we have taken the specialist respiratory physicians who are practicing in and around as our target sample. Respiratory physicians means there are two specialists. One is ENT, ear, nose, throat specialists, and the other specialists are called chest physicians. ENT treats allergy and chest treats asthma. So, sir, a person who suffers from allergy, if not treated, it will come down and it will result into asthma. So, and the treatment will last for years. So it is a chronic therapy. So specialists, chronic therapy we have taken in and around Hyderabad. The research signifies the influence of, and we want to understand and we want to identify which are the external factors, not bits and pieces, all the important external factors along with the internal factors which are playing important role in making a physician to take a prescribing decision. Because this prescribing decision, though it generates revenue to the pharmaceutical organizations, at the same time, it improves the health quality of life of the patients, which is very, very important. And we felt that this study of this kind, that too in chronic therapy, is the first of its kind, which is going to contribute in the ongoing research. So we have done review of literature, and total 235 documents were assessed, and we felt out of 235 documents, 210 research articles were found to be across the domain, and out of this 108 documents were found to be relevant to the research area of our interest, and this comprises of various types of articles, sir. Few articles, like 25 articles, were focusing on physicians' prescribing behavior overall. 22 articles gave us physicians' professional factors. Which are the professional factors that were found to be influencing their prescribing decision? These studies, in a very few in India, we found studies across Asian subcontinent, Europe, as well as North and South American continent. And 26 documents, research studies, we got on physicians' personality factor. But most of the personality factor studies were revolving around education, choosing the right specialty, how to keep the physician away from the burnout, those things. But hardly any study we could able to find which was focusing on the physician's personality, and though they are those personality factors are influencing the physician's prescribing behavior. Hardly we could able to find one study in 2013, which was conducted in Jordan, and 35 studies we found they were answering both product related as well as product promotional factors. So after going through this research study, before that, I want to take you through some of the most important research articles, like the one by Ibrahim Alabadi in 2013. This is the most important study for our research, which has provided background for developing the research design, then providing the conceptualization and questionnaire formulation, because this is the first study which has focused on physician's personality. It has focused, but with 5 to 6 questions. So this is one of the most important study. And the second one is from Iranian experience by Shafrina et al., which has paid attention on product characteristics, which are the important product-related factors that physicians see while making a prescribing decision of any drug. So in this way, we got a lot of articles related to physicians' professional factors, related to physicians' professional factors, related to product-related factors, product promotional factors, and finally, physician's personality. That has led to us in identifying the research gap, because these physicians are under constant exposure from various pharmaceutical organizations. So studying the factors influencing physicians is very much essential, so that all the stakeholders can improve and contribute in the entire healthcare ecosystem. And here, understanding the physician's personality is very key, because this personality is always interacts with the external factors. So once we understand the important factors, external factors, which are enabling the physician to take a prescribing decision, along with the personality factors, which are internal to the physician to take a prescribing decision, that conceptual model probably will enable us for not only better decision making, but will help us in understanding and offering better services to physicians towards not only enhancing their knowledge, improving their confidence level, towards setting up a strong foundation for physician-patient trust and relationship. And for this, a country like India, which is dominated by branded generics, will be of great importance, because the world is moving from innovator drugs to branded generics. In fact, India is one of the largest branded generics, where each and every factor is very, very important. So here we try to give clear geographic demarcation, and we ensure that respiratory physicians with across the age groups, with all types of practices are being covered, so that the factors are being identified properly. So having identified the research gap in front of us, 4 research questions we found to have in front of us. The first question is physicians' professional factors influencing their prescribing behavior? If yes, what are they? Similarly, is product-related factors are influencing their prescribing behavior? Is product-related factors are important to them? If yes, what are they? Then lot of pharmaceutical promotion is underway in our market. Do they really affect physicians in taking the prescribing decision? If yes, what is the ideal pharmaceutical promotional mix? And finally, does physicians' personality traits influence their prescribing behavior? If yes, which are the personality traits. Personality is having influence that to that level. In 2013, the study has proven. But beyond that, which type of personality is influencing? Probably that is the new edition which we are going to answer. Now, having identified research question, the research objectives have become clear. The 4 research objectives are to study the influence of physician professional factors on their prescribing behavior. The second one is to study the influence of pharmaceutical product related factors. The third one is what are the pharmaceutical promotional factors influencing their prescribing decision. And the fourth one is to study the influence and impact of physicians' personality traits on their influencing behavior. So this is the aim of the study, sir, to identify which are the physicians' professional factors, which are the product-related factors, which are the product promotional factors, and which are the traits, which are the personality traits of the physician that are ultimately influencing the physician to take a prescribing decision for improving the quality of life of the patient in the presence of alternative branded options. So this is our framework. These are the 4 factors influencing the physician prescribing behavior, and these are our 4 hypotheses, and which I would like, and these are the references, sir. So these are the hypotheses in detail. The number 1 hypothesis is the null hypothesis is there is no influence of physicians' professional factors on their prescribing behavior. The alternative hypothesis is there is influence of physicians' professional factors on their prescribing
There is no
behavior.
need to read the hypothesis. Yeah.
So similarly, remaining 3 hypotheses, sir. Now, when it comes to research methodology, sir, our research design is exploratory and descriptive, and data sources. We have used both primary data, that is questionnaire, data collection through questionnaire, and secondary data for getting the HCP's detail, that is physician's details and other valuable informations. And for analysis, statistical tools we have used. They are we have used mean, standard deviation, coefficient of correlation. We have done factor analysis to reduce the number of variables, regression analysis, t-test. And we have used SPSS version 21 for undertaking our analysis. Sample size determination and responded details. Sir, in the state of Telangana, total 23 medical colleges are there and 150 hospitals are there. Whereas when it comes to our represented market, our research area comprising of in and around Hyderabad. So we have taken Hyderabad city, Nizamabad, Warangal, and Karimnagar. 347 respiratory physicians are being registered in the state of Telangana in their official website. So this is our universe, 347. By applying the formula, Kothari et al. So the sample size has come to 179. Now, in order to get 179 responses, I have approached to 287 physicians and respiratory physicians. Out of 287, 192 have participated, and I could able to get 171 total responses, and which was considered to be sufficient. And after taking go ahead from my superiors, we have gone ahead in undertaking the analysis part. So before, at the same time, after analysis, we have done focused group discussion with 4 physicians, 2 ENTs and 2 pulmonologists. With all 4 of them have an average experience of minimum 10 years. The objective is what data is telling vis-a-vis what is their experience and interpretation. This has given us some newer insights. At the same time, this has given us a lot of confidence with our findings, which are in line with their explanation. So then when it comes to questionnaire, it has 3 parts. Part 1 consists of demographics. Part 2 consists of 17 statements. These 17 statements comprises of our 3 factors, that is professional factors, 4 statements, product related factors, 5 statements, product promotional factors, 7 statements, and the part 3 consists of 200 statements, which is Hogan's MVPI instrument. Sir, MVPI, motivation, values, preferences, inventory. So this instrument we have integrated along with our 3 factors to understand the personality profile of each and every physician. So these are the total number of statements. And we have given Likert scale as the responses. Sir, before going all out, after getting 44 responses to pilot study, we have done the internal consistency and reliability. We have checked, and the Cronbach alpha has come around 0.78, which is which clearly shows the acceptability and reliability of the data. Hence, we have gone ahead with the questionnaire, and finally we have got 171 respondents, and whose Cronbach alpha is also on a greater side with 0.93 and 0.84 and 0.81. And sir, can I continue, sir?
Please continue. Please continue.
Yeah, Mr. Vivek Kumar Kashi, can you please mute yourself?
Okay, sir.
Apologies, sir. So, and
No, Dr. Runaji, please mute all the people.
and when it comes to demographic, be it location, be it gender, be it specialty, be it clinical experience, or be it types of practice, nature of practice, we have ensured that our sample has covered the physicians appropriately, and appropriate research sample has been represented in the form of demographic profile. Now, sir, I would like to take all of you through the analysis which we have undertaken for physicians' professional factors against the dependent variable, that is the prescribing behavior. So we have done descriptive statistics followed by the model, the best model through regression, bootstrapping, that is step by step. And we found that model 2 has explained 38% of the independent variables. And we found that out of 5 statements, statement number 14, 15, 16 found to be very significant in influencing the prescribing behavior. So what are they? What is the interpretation? So when it comes to physicians' professional factors, educational qualification and physicians' clinical experience is very important. In addition to this, learning, cross-learning and experience from colleagues has found to influence the prescribing behavior of the physician. So this 14, 15, 16 statement, it tells that physicians' education, clinical experience with the drug treatment profiles and their knowledge acquired additionally, which is from external sources, and the experience from their peers and colleagues is also influencing them to take a prescribing decision. So to conclude, physicians' professional factors have an influence on the prescribing behavior, which is in line with the existing available literature which has been quoted here. So, sir, similarly, we have conducted the remaining 2 factors, that is product-related factors, product promotional factors as well. Same process we have followed. Now, I would like to take you all through the process we have followed for understanding the physician's personality. there are in total 11 personalities are there. So the same sequence we have followed in assessing each personality and its impact on the physician's prescribing behavior. So I am taking you through altruistic personality trait as an example. Altruistic personality trait signifies the friendliness nature of the physician towards the patient, physician thinking for the welfare of the patient, and that basically helping nature of the physician. So we have done KMO, then followed by we have done factor analysis where 20 questions, each personality trait has a 20 questions, sir. And these 20 questions have got themselves divided into 8 factors, which has explained 59% of the variability. Again, it has struck, sir. 1 second, sir. Okay. It is not going. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. So it got divided into 8 factors. So which are the statements that got divided into 8 factors? For that, we have done a rotated component matrix that are followed by correlation between these factors. We have done. After factor analysis, we have done the regression analysis where model 6 found to be very significant, with factor number 5 and factor number 6 significantly influencing the prescribing behavior of the physician. So to conclude, the altruistic trait of a physician's personality is influencing the physician's prescribing behavior of the physician. So, sir, here, as physician's personality is very complex and it's very difficult to predict, and which often changes, it is very common to arrive at the very, sometimes to arrive at less value of R. And as per the reference of Cohen and Jacob in their statistical power analysis for the behavioral sciences, R square of 2% is means small effect, 2 to 12 is medium effect, and 2 to 13 is small, 13 to 26 is medium, and about 26% is large effect. So our R is 4.7. So it is in between small to medium efforts. So this is what I would like to inform. And similar method has been followed in analyzing the remaining personality traits. And this is the summary of individual factors. Physician professional factors, yes, they are influencing 3 statements from 5. Similarly, pharmaceutical product promotion factors, they are also found to influence with 2 statements. Pharmaceutical product related factors, they are also influencing with 3 statements. And when it comes to physician's personality, aesthetic personality trait was not influencing, so we have removed it from the further analysis. However, affiliation with 9 components, altruistic with 3 statements, commerce with 9 statements out of 20, hedonism, power, recognition, science, security, and tradition trait, they were found to be influencing the prescribing behavior of the physicians. So having identified the individual components, in the final analysis, what we have done is we have converted the individual influencing components to aggregate factors. After that, we have performed descriptive statistics, multiple regression by ANOVA for hypothesis testing and model testing, sir. These are the details. So with respect to descriptive statistics, and this is a model testing. So we want to, what our research study tells is our R is 49%. 49% of changes in the dependent is 49%. It is able to explain the independent variables, which is significant and high as per our reference of Cohen and Jacobson. A few seconds. So, sir, having identified the model, which is very significant, the next step was to identify which are the significant factors. So, professional factors are significant, sir, as shown here, followed by product-related factors. They are also significant. Then, product promotional factors. So, this is the biggest surprise to us. Product promotional factors, they are not significant. Initially, there was a trend, but this trend could not reach up to the statistically significant point. And during the group discussion, we could able to identify some of the insights which has thrown a lot of light on product promotional factors, which we have indicated in the implications part. When it comes to personality trait, we can clearly see that altruistic nature, commerce, and security personality trait to be significantly affecting the physician's prescribing behavior. And the data has been consistently seen as a part of histogram. So the hypothesis summary. What is the hypothesis of the summary? Sir, our null hypothesis was there is no influence of physicians' professional factors. Our result is significant. So we have accepted the alternative hypothesis, and the interpretation is physicians' professional factors are influencing. The second one is pharmaceutical product promotional factors are not influencing. That was our null hypothesis. We have accepted the null hypothesis because our results are not significant. The third one is there is no influence of pharmaceutical product related factors. Our finding is significant. So we have rejected and accepted the alternative hypothesis because physicians select medicines preparations based on their parameters, which is significant. Now, when it comes to personality trait, the null hypothesis for all the personality traits were there is no influence. However, we have rejected the null hypothesis to accept the alternative hypothesis for altruistic trait, followed by commerce trait and security trait. For remaining 6 personality traits, we have the null hypothesis has been accepted because the results are not significant. So this is the summary, sir. So what is the interpretation? There is no, when it comes to, okay, this one I have explained, sir. Now, against our findings, what is the implications from clinician's perspective? Level of education and clinical experience play important role in selecting a drug. This is a part of our physician's professional factor. So HCP said they have agreed with this point, and they agreed that they need to upgrade on constant basis, and this is in line with our research. Then, as a part of pharmaceutical product promotional factors, educational lectures like international speaker programs, roundtable meetings for upgrading knowledge by companies, pharmaceutical companies, has no effect on the physician's prescribing behavior. So their answer, they have felt that whenever any pharmaceutical organization invites, they attend the lectures. The primary objective being to enhance their knowledge. And once they go back to their clinical practice, and if the clinical findings seems to be significant, they would like to verify it from their sources, be it pharmacopoeias, or be it through their learning from their colleagues, then only they will try to prescribe in some of their patients and what to build conviction among themselves. Then only they will make it a part of their routine clinical practice. So that was also in line with our outcome. Then comes physician samples. We feel that whenever any company, organizations feels that when we give samples, that becomes an obligation for the physician to prescribe that particular brand. Whereas in our findings, it was not at all influencing a physician's prescribing decision. And our 4 members said that they physician samples never they touch, never they use it until unless they are confident about the brand, about the molecule safety, about the affordability, and about the toxicity of the drugs, which is in line with our clinical finding. So, sir, so to sum up, to give you the overall results, discussion and conclusions, sir, our model has explained 49% of physicians prescribing decision, which is in line with the recommendation of Cohen and Jacob. And there was a significant impact of physicians' professional factors. So physicians' level of education, their clinical experience, colleagues' experience are playing important role in selecting a drug for the patient's faster recovery. That is conclusion number 1. The other one is from product-related factors. Product-related factors means safety is the number 1 factor, followed by efficacy. Then how this tablet is better than the other tablets. That these are the 3 product-related factors that came out very strongly and found to be influencing the prescribing behavior of the physicians. Now, the third factor, product promotional factors, brand samples, gifts, sending physicians for conferences, inviting physicians for ISPs, that is international speaker programs, RTMs. Though there was a trend, but this could not reach up to the statistically significant point. Hence, so the pharmaceutical organizations need to relook on the way they are developing their promotional strategies. When it comes to the other factor being, like I said, pharmaceutical organizations need to relook. That is mainly because there is a lack of innovation and value addition with respect to the physicians from the pharmaceutical organizations when it comes to from the angle of marketing. As a result of which, for clinicians, they tend to assume that all the medicines, all the branded generics are same. Some branded generics would have integrated some technology. So it is a responsibility of the marketing to communicate effectively, which will help to stand this brand from the other clutter of other brands. So the sharper the marketing communications, the better the implementation in front of the physician by the medical representative, the better will be the physician's perception, which is currently not happening. As a result, physicians tend to assume that all the brands are similar. So this also recommends the time has come because of there is no new molecules in the pipeline. Instead of doing marketing, we recommend the recommendation is to adopt medico-marketing initiatives, mainly focusing on the management and disease, which will ultimately beneficial to the brand in the long run, but it has to be consistent. And when it comes to personality traits, we have discussed that altruistic trait, commerce, and security trait. Now, why altruistic trait is important? Now, here, a physician is each and every patient is very important for the physician because of the chronicity of the treatment that will help the physician to get the revenue and that will in turn give security for his existence. So that is one of the reason. At the same time, since life is all about uncertainties, most physicians want to be secure when it comes to their remuneration, whether they're working in private corporate hospitals or government hospitals or in private sector, because they need to maintain a secure lifestyle with dignity. So that is also one of the reason though they help the patients through their altruistic nature, they tend to maintain their commerce personality trait, which is very much essential for a secured life, because they hardly get time to spend time with their families and peers, keeping the commerce personality trait and mainly the security personality traits. So, sir, what we found was, having seen the three personality traits, that is altruistic nature, security personality trait, and commerce. This reflects pseudo-altruistic theory, because at the end, what matters most to the physician is the gain. Now, there are two types of gain or profit, that is, which are important for their survival. But there should be a balance between the gains that are from services versus external gains. So the external gains, in order to maintain the balance between the services and the external gains, here the stakeholders consisting of pharmaceutical organizations and government agencies, they can play a vital role in improving and working towards balancing both the gains, because that will improve the hygiene of the entire healthcare ecosystem towards managing the disease, thereby leading to the formation of physician patient-centric disease management, which is the need of the hour. So, sir, our research findings, what is the contribution to the literature? From physicians' professional factors point of view, collaboration with teams, learnings from their own clinical experience. When it comes to pharmaceutical product-related factors, again, our research also emphasized the importance of product-related factors like safety, efficacy, and dosage form. Dosage form means once against 2 times in a day, which will improve the adherence and compliance, leading to the better clinical outcome. The third one is pharmaceutical product promotional factors. So we recommend that medico marketing initiatives will be of can augment evidence-based marketing in this era. Unlike conventional and traditional marketing initiatives will not work anymore. And the next one is personality traits. And sir, our study, as far to the best of our knowledge, first study to give an in-depth understanding of individual personality traits, which are influencing the physician's personality behavior. So personality behavior is influencing. Yes, up to that. Now we have added to the literature that in these personality traits, With respect to chronic therapy, 3 personality traits are also influencing internally the physician along with the external factors in taking the prescribing decision. They are altruistic, security, and commerce. These are the 3 personality traits. So discussion. So we have taken specialist respiratory physicians because any specialists, any brand will be written first by specialists, then it will be followed by other segments like general physicians. Since every physician is unique, the impact of internal factors along with the external factors was assessed on their prescribing decision. So probably our study would stand out among all the other studies where most of the external factors along with the internal factors have been integrated. And newer aspects and insights that were not tested and studied previously has been identified. The best example is physicians' personality traits. The conclusion is our research study is an example of empirical analysis which focused on both external and internal factors, and the emergence of physicians' personality makeup around the entire dynamics of the physician's prescribing decision is not a simple one as perceived earlier, because nobody, to the best of our knowledge, earlier could able to work on this gap because of the, and it's so complex, which we could able to answer to the fullest extent with the help of Hogan's MBPA instrument. Sir, what is the implications for the researcher? This model we have used in the study could be the starting point for developing other various factors. This model can be used for branded generics market in all the developing world. In some of the developing markets, there can be some other factors that can influence, so that can be incorporated. So that is the implication for researcher. What is the implication for regulatory bodies? For regulatory bodies, much things can be done at physician level. So there, as in my thesis, we have recommended that for project managers, American Project Management Association, every once in a year, they need to renew their license. So for physicians, there should be the provision for every 3 years, an assessment, so that they remain up to the world standards in offering better solutions. Similarly, for pharmaceutical organizations, for pharmaceutical professionals, be it marketing or be it manufacturing, with a lot of developments happening, we have suggested that similar to physicians, there should be a qualifying license exam. License should be given, which should be renewed for every 3 to 5 years. So that will make the system very robust, and it will improve the value and make the system so robust that it becomes very hygiene, and that will form a very strong relation and conviction for the patients towards trusting the physicians. Implications for the industry, the one which I have covered, sir, few moments back. Limitations of the study, sir. The study involves specialist respiratory physicians, chronic diseases. So our study, hence our model is suitable for chronic therapies from developing world in branded generics. For acute therapies, it may not be suitable. Acute therapy means the treatment which lasts hardly for a week. Then we have administered questionnaire for getting responses. So there is a presence of there can be a presence of bias can be there. This is one of the limitation, and the interplay among various factors in physicians' prescribing decision can change over a period of time. Scope for further research, sir, we propose to conduct research on the elements comprising on neuroeconomics and what is its implication on physicians prescribing behavior, because these physicians are being conditioned for long duration of time by the pharmaceutical organizations. So we see the presence of cognitive element in the entire dynamics of their physicians prescribing behavior. So in order to understand this, we recommend as a part of scope for further research, what is the economics related to cognition that is enabling the physician to prescribe the medicine, can also be assessed in future. So, sir, summary, our study is the first sincere attempt towards understanding the physician's prescribing behavior. We have the model is unique and highly relevant to markets that are dominated by branded generics, and the world is moving from innovator to branded generics because they offer the trust for efficacy, safety, and reliability. The findings, the impact and influence of each factor constituted by various stakeholders demonstrate for formulating guidelines. We recommend to formulate the guidelines for researchers, for industry, for the physicians. Then the entire ecosystem can be improved. And the scope for further research, which has not been covered in our research, has been described in my previous slide, sir. As of now, sir, I have 7 publications. 4 are related to our domain, and I'm very much fascinated. I like these 4 literature review articles have given me the confidence to write more articles in the field of IoT, followed by how to write a review article in one of the pediatric neurology journal. And since I work a lot for probiotics, recently along with one top pediatric neurologist, got an opportunity to develop a review article which has been published in one of the leading index journal. And I have attended one of the international multidisciplinary conference workshop virtually, got an opportunity to present my research work, and I have attended most of the workshops which were conducted by my university. Before I conclude, I am extremely grateful to ICFA University for giving me an excellent platform. Sincere thanks to Subrato Kumar Desa, my research supervisor, and my mentor, sir, Professor O.R.S. Rao, sir. Without these 2 are my 2 eyes. Without them, I could not have come this much distance. At the same time, yes, I want to thank wholeheartedly all the review members, right from Hariharan sir, K.K. Nag sir, for his discipline and commitment even now. Satyendra Kishore sir, Dr. Subir sir, Bhagwat Barik sir for his suggestion of pseudo-altruistic nature, Rumna madam and Dr. Rajkumar sir for his immense help, Sweta Singh madam, Pallavi madam for going through my thesis and giving me all the suggestions, and especially Dr. Sudipta Madhumjar sir, Dr. Manish Kumar Upadhyay sir, Dilip Kumar sir, Mridalesh Jha sir. Because of all the pair members, the quality of my research got improved, and it has taken up the shape which is presentable to both of the external reviewers, like eminent people like both of you, sir. At the same time, I would like to sincerely thank Dr. Ranjan Chaudhary, sir, for his valuable inputs and suggestions during my pre-thesis presentation, because it has given me to think beyond this, what could be done next for my contribution in the field of academics. And my gratitude to both Panda sir and Dubey sir for going through line by line and giving me feedback, which to the best of my knowledge I have implemented from their busy schedules. And at the same time, I would like to thank some of my friends and colleagues, because without them, getting data from a doctor is not at all an easy task. That too, 242 statements. I would like to thank my colleague Karthik, who used to take appointments with the date and time of the doctor. Then I used to go and follow it up, give the questionnaire, get it, wait there and get it. Some of the physicians were very much happy to participate, whereas some of the physicians were reluctant. But at the end, because of academics, we could able to get their responses. And apart from my review committee, teachers, my colleagues, my class, I would say my fellow seniors, Satyalakshmi madam, I would say Dr. Satyalakshmi madam, and Ashok Asthana sir, that is Dr. Ashok Asthana sir, has helped me like anything in overcoming the challenges, right? Be it review or be it analysis. And I thank my parents, my family, and my wife, to be very frank, and finally the Almighty for standing me, making me to do this research work and giving me a chance to contribute in the vast domain of physicians prescribing behavior in the field of academics. Sir, I sincerely thank all of you for your valuable and kind attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vishwanath. So now I request Professor Sujit Kumar Dubey ji to evaluate him, through IOC.
Sir, you are on mute, sir.
Sir, yeah, yes, sir.
Thank you, Professor Rao, for giving me this opportunity, and I must appreciate the Mr. Vishwanath for so detailed, exhaustive kind of presentation. But there are a few things which one should learn from the activity or the past. That is that you are supposed to make the presentation which provides a summary of your work, and it's a formal platform that the slides like thanks and acknowledgement is not supposed to be there as a part and parcel of your presentation. So all those research scholars who are listening and watching this particular Viva OC, they should take a note that in future the Viva OC presentation should not be more than 30 minutes of time, though you have taken more than 1 hour. And that is an important thing, because more time should be given to the question and answer session rather than the presentation. Both the externals, they had already gone through your thesis. I had 1 or 2 questions, or the query you can say. What is the total number of physicians which you have taken for your study, especially the respiratory physicians?
Sir, 171, sir.
171.
Yeah.
171.
Yeah.
So do you think that you, in your district or in your population, there are 171 respiratory experts in the district or the surrounding of that very district?
Sir, surrounding, sir, in and around Hyderabad. That means we have taken Hyderabad city. Followed that, we have taken 3 more places, sir. One is Warangal, Karimnagar. You can call them as
okay.
Tier 1. Then
it means that
Nizamabad,
you are having around 171 people who are having an expertise in the field of the respiratory tract.
Yeah.
That is true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what was the time when you collected the data?
Sir, I have time means year, sir.
At the period when you collected the data.
Sir, in 2018, in that period, sir. 2018, sir. I have
In
taken around
2018?
yes, sir. Around 2018.
When you got yourself registered?
No, sir. I got registered in 2016, sir.
So it took you around 8 years of time to complete your thesis. Am I right?
Sir, I lost because of my health challenges. I have lost on 1.5 years, sir.
See, the whole concept of prescribing the medicine after COVID has been changed. And especially when you are talking about the respiratory physician. Are you getting my point? That's why I asked, when you collected the data, you collected the data during 2018. And after that, we had a COVID, and today you will find that the whole concept has been changed. So this is one thing that you should take care that when you are going for the publication, try to incorporate the recent factors which are there as a prominent factors for prescribing the medicine, especially for the respiratory physician. Second thing, you have taken a model and you have taken 4 factors. One of the important factor you have taken, that is the personality, and
yes,
that
sir.
you derive from the literature. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And at the end of the day, you come to the conclusion that there is no major role which is being there due to the personality
no,
of
sir. Sir, personality significant role is there, sir. Personality significant role is there, and we further found that in that personality, through Hogan's MBPI instrument, 3 personality traits are very, very important. That is altruistic personality trait, security, and commerce.
1 minute. One is there as the altruistic, and you talked about altruistic, that is the friendliness.
Yes,
so how
sir.
the friendliness is going to be there as an important consideration while prescribing the medicine by the physician?
Because, sir, some of the patients cannot afford for the medicines.
No, it is not something. Friendliness is something different.
Sir,
That's
it's
what
an
I'm
inherent,
saying.
Sir, it's an inherent quality, sir.
In case of the respiratory trait, I don't know what whether you are aware the kind of a procedure which is being followed by in the ICU by the physician, that they start the medicines which are minimum in case of the antibiotic, and they go on, and the price of the product goes up. It hardly matters whether you are in position to pay or not. If you really want your patient to be cured or treated, you have to buy it.
Sir, that is
So
where
friendliness is not going to be there as a consideration.
Sir, that is where probably the human element has come, sir, which is true to the best of my knowledge.
To what extent you are being exposed to the industry? You said you are having a background of the pharmaceutical industry.
Yes, sir. I have 23 years of experience, sir. So,
in the
sir,
field of
in the field of sales and marketing, sir, both.
Truly speaking, you suggested the model, you just validated the model. Do you think that these factors work?
Sir, yes, sir.
Prescribing the medicine, there is a major component which is not there as a part and parcel of your study.
Sir, frankly
because
speaking,
you are
that is the truth, sir.
You are a practitioner. Huh?
Sir, what has come out as a market? Sir,
you are a senior person. You are having a 23 years of experience in the industry.
Sir, yes, sir.
Do you think that this model is theoretically it's right? Practically, do you think that it can be validated?
Yes, sir. It can be validated even in Varanasi also, sir.
How it can be validated?
Because, sir, I would say, sir, it was a surprise to me also, being a part of marketing. The product promotional factors haven't played important role. So that was a big thing, and which I have observed during my field works with the physicians. Because, sir, when it comes to managing the patients, I would like to give some examples, sir. as you rightly said, they need to do a lot of procedures. So they take the help of some people, sir, some of the pharmaceutical colleagues, which
Okay.
will help reducing the cost.
Just a minute. Vishwanath, whatever you were having, you have already written in your thesis, and whatever is there in your mind, you have already shared with us in the form of the presentation.
Sir.
Now try to listen something.
Yes, sir.
If you would like to validate this model, you need to divide your study into 2, 3, 4 parts on the basis of the medicines. Okay. There are few medicines which are available in the market and you don't have the substitute for that. So it hardly matters whether the salesperson or the representative is visiting to the doctor. They are bound, they are forced to write or prescribe that medicine. Second category of the medicine where you will find that it is available with all the companies and it varies from company to company that whether the physician is going to prescribe that very brand or not. Third, medicines where you will find that you are having a clear demarcation where one category of a brand is there at the higher segment and second category of the brand, especially it is there applicable in the case of the imported medicines rather than the indigenous medicine. And third, lastly, we are having the generic medicine. But you have taken the study where you are talking about the respiratory physicians, where you will find that you can't generalize this state.
Yes, sir.
Because there are cases where you are forced, you are bound to prescribe a medicine. It hardly matters in last 2 months, last 5 months that sales representative or the medical representative of that very company visited to the doctor or not. So this is an important thing. If you really want to enrich your study, try to divide the medicine, segregate it on the basis of the category of the medicines. And on the basis of that, you will decide that this will be my study for this particular category of the medicine. Or conclusion.
Sir,
and last,
sir.
Please. If
Here,
you want to say something.
Yes, sir. Here, I would like to tell that our study is based on branded generic, sir. That means, sir, in this segment, sir, with your kind permission, sir, give me a few seconds. Sir, in this segment, sir, in India, what is available abroad is being available in India at 1/10 of the price in the respiratory segment, sir. So, sir, the physicians have ample number of options here, sir. It can be from to be very free with you, sir. It can be from Cipla, it can be from Glenmark. It is the physician.
Now you are saying that you conducted the study on the branded generic.
Yes, sir.
That is there in your thesis also.
Yes,
generic sir. Is okay. Generic is okay. What is branded? Whom you
sir,
call it as a branded?
Means, sir, branded generic means.
I'm not asking for the generic. I'm asking for the branded.
Yes, sir. Branded.
A company which is registered, it will be treated as the branded one.
Sir, that is, sir, there are 3 terms, sir. One is generic, sir. The other one, brand or branded generic. Both are same, sir. The third one is innovator.
See, and now this is very important. That's what I'm emphasizing. All those companies which are registered, they are manufacturing or marketing their products. They will be treated as the branded one, where the brand generics is already registered. There are companies which are having a brand equity or the brand value which is higher than all the rest brands which are there in the market. So those brands are treated as the premium brand in that very category. So you have to segregate this thing, because there are certain cases where you will find that the doctors have a liberty to prescribe a premium brand to the patient, which you want to say that they are friendly to the patient, that these premium brands they can't afford, but they can go for the brand which is available at the lower price.
Yes, sir.
So they are friendly to the patient.
Yes,
now
sir.
this is your study. This
Yes,
is
sir.
your
Yes, sir.
study. So
Yes,
you
sir.
have to present in this manner.
Okay, sir.
Are you getting my point or not?
Yes, sir.
You have done
Got it.
whatever you wanted to complete the thesis, but you are having a data which can be more elaborative and detailed and exhaustive for publication.
Okay, sir.
Okay? So you are having a data, use that data so that you can publish a good paper.
Sure, sir.
So the moment you are going to segregate it, that these are the brands which are being treated as a premium brand in the industry. These are the brands which are being treated as the mediocre brand, and these are the brands which are treated as a low brand in the industry. And these brands are being recommended to the patients who can't afford the medicines. And this shows the friendliness of the physician towards the patient while treating them.
Yes,
Are
sir.
you getting?
I will do that, sir.
This way you are able to justify your work.
Okay, sir.
And
Got it, sir.
Professor Rao, because I have to attend another meeting from my side, it's over. He has done a wonderful job. And being an expert in the field, because he has having a background, the only thing which is lacking, that is he's not having that kind of academic orientation, so that
Yes,
he can
sir.
summarize the things in a way which is being done by a full-time research scholar. So
Yes,
what
sir.
I request, try to associate some 1 or 2 faculty members so that you can extract multiple research paper, good research paper from
Yes,
his
sir.
work. So
Sure.
Definitely, sir.
I will be leaving, and I'm thankful to
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for wonderful, sir,
Thank you.
insights.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
And thank you very much, sir. Sir.
From my side, it's done.
Okay, sir.
Over to Professor Panda.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
sir.
Yes, respected Professor Dubey sir has already touched upon many points of the thesis. I would touch upon some facts related to data and statistics. Because you have conducted a factor analysis, you could have done 2 things. One is you have not checked the normality of the data, test of normality, right? And second is your am I audible?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
So have you conducted any test of normality?
Sir, regression, histogram, then the correlation graph we have done, sir.
Okay, so we have not checked that whether our data is normal or not.
Sir.
So when you are going to publish a paper, make sure
Okay,
that
sir.
you do tests like Jacquard-Barré test or Anderson-Darling test or Shapiro test to make sure that my data is normal.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And
Okay, sir.
because we
Sure.
have adopted a factor analysis where the total variance explained is around 59%, if I'm not wrong.
49, sir.
49%. We could have checked a common method, presence of any common method bias.
Okay, sir.
That common method bias test was not conducted. You could have done a hormone single factor test or latent construct method test
Sir.
to ascertain that there is no common method bias.
Okay, sir.
What is the common method bias test? Common method bias test talks about the dominance of one factor in the model.
Okay, sir.
So one factor should not contribute more than 50% of variance in the whole model, right?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sure, sir.
So you can go for hormone single factor test, but always latent construct method is considered to be a superior method to ascertain the
Yes, sir.
bias present in the model.
Okay, sir. Sir, I will do this.
Okay, please add that. This I'm telling in addition to my review comments that I have made in the thesis.
Sir.
And many R-square value that I have found is less than 50% in the 2-3 model that you have identified. And when it is less than 50%, means the model predicts the relationship with 49% of certainty or 48% of certainty in your case. That means you are taking a risk of 52%. When you are saying that it predicts the relationship with 48% of certainty, that means it predicts that with 52% of risk, you are taking the model fit.
Yes, sir.
So that should not be there. Square value and adjusted square value should always be more than 60 in social science research. Okay, so there is a serious one. You need to go for review in top journal. They'll identify the R-square value is too less. And it is acceptable. But is there any literature support which says that with this much of R square, it is accepted? So that is also not given in the thesis.
Sir, this
Okay.
Cohen, that's this Cohen that reference, which talks about the statistical power where the R square is more than 26, that one have shared in the thesis, sir, to support this.
Related to your work. Okay.
Yes, sir.
He may have worked in other domain or other sample size, other time frame, but the time frame that you are talking about with your sample size, because you have also not calculated sample size estimation.
Sir, I have done, sir, from 347 using Kothari et al. Formula. It has come down to 179, and sir, it took around 10 months, sir, to get this data. So 171 was found to be okay to go ahead, sir. That is why.
Is that what is sample size estimation?
Yes, sir. Formula I have calculated, sir.
That is called sample adequacy. Whether my sample is adequate enough to be considered for data model fit or not. Have you checked AFI, GFI, RMSEA? No. That means you have not tested whether there is a good fit or not. Goodness of fit index, it's not tested. So how do I ascertain my audience that my model fit is a good model fit? You are getting my point, right?
Okay, sir. Got it.
Only proposing a model, anybody can do it, right? What you have done, you have get a data ran through a SPSS software and you got some model. But whether that model is robust, who will say it? Data will say it, index will say it. So what is AGFI index? What is BFI index? What is RMSEA? What is TLI? Okay, so this index must speak loud and clear about the validity, reliability, adequacy, goodness of fit of the model.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so your model will only be acceptable when you propose goodness of fit. Okay, and also your second, when you have ran regression after EFA, you went directly to a regression model, right? So factor analysis is a covariance based model, whereas regression is a coefficient based model. So the result of factor analysis and result of a regression based model presenting in the same platform doesn't make us wiser. Okay, because their stand of regression and factor analysis are completely different. Okay, and in regression you must have found a dependent variable and an independent variable.
Yes, sir.
And in factor analysis, everything is independent variable.
Okay, sir.
So when you added a dependent variable to the model, that again will change the model dynamics. I hope you are getting my point.
Yes, sir.
We are talking about the dynamism of the model. Factor analysis requires different dynamism. It doesn't differentiate between the variables' nature. But the regression talks about the dependableness and independableness of the variables.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we check factor loading in factor analysis to ascertain that the factor is a part of the construct or the item is a part of the factor.
Yes, sir.
In regression, we don't do that. In regression, we only look at the coefficient and we look at the R square.
Yes, sir.
So two different tests cannot give us a uniform result.
Okay, sir.
Or we cannot migrate from a factor analysis directly to regression. An ideal thing would have been to go for EFA, then CFA, and let the CFA predict the model, not the regression.
Okay, sir.
Through a structural equation model, where the path estimates with decide the strength, not R square. Got it? So these are certain recommendations I wish to give to you. Rest, I must say that this is one of the finest work that I have evaluated from MICFI Ranchi in recent times. So congratulations to you and your guide.
Thank you, sir.
And the meticulous effort of Professor Rao in bringing research to this level is highly commendable, sir. Highly commendable.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. That's it from my side, sir. Over to you.
So thank you very much, sir, for your compliments.
Thanks.
And sir, particularly your suggestion that we have to move up from the so-called the first generation statistical tools to
Yes, sir.
the second generation, that is the same. And we have been trying our best, sir. I think, you will see that if you come across any of the future thesis for the evaluation in the next 2 to 3 months, there we are insisting on that. And we have taken some workshops and some hands-on work we have happened into that. So that being the case, on the same, particularly on the kind of, the PLS in our team, they did a lot of work. And we conducted a faculty development workshop on that. It was appreciated by a lot of people. That was attended by some people from IIM also. They said, sir, it's an excellent workshop, a hands-on workshop. Sir, first we are doing some capacity building in our own university. And we are confident that, I think our researchers also, I think, will follow suit. So that's a very good suggestion that you have given. We'll move on to that, sir. In fact, similarly, in one of the meetings, you also mentioned about, a simpler, simplistic models versus, a realistic models. A conceptual kind of a models where, unless you got moderators, you said, it is meaningless. Simply talking of, IDVs and this into that. So we have taken some of these, what I call your inputs and suggestions, and we are working on. Some of them are a little bit kind of a older kind of, the thesis. Some of the new ones we are working on, sir. Particularly from the 2021 scholars onwards, our rigor has gone up in manyfold. So thank you very much, sir. So now I should say, congratulations to you, I think, in Vishwanath. I think you have gone through a very rigorous evaluation for
Thank you, sir.
both of them. I think you should be so happy that both of them are very accomplished researchers.
Yes, sir.
Accomplished researchers in their own way, and that too from the institution that they come, like in fact,
Sir,
when
in
they
fact,
say when they say
sir,
tick mark, it doesn't come so easily.
Yes.
So
Sir,
thank you
in
so
fact,
much. Yeah.
Sir, in fact, I have attended Panda sir's session in our own ICFI.
Yeah. In fact, his sessions are very, very, educative and insightful. There's no doubt at all. And sir, now, we'll just, sort of Dr. Sudhi Chattopadhyay, and, if we have, any.
Sir, if you will allow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I will take your leave, sir. Because
thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, in fact, we are thankful to you, sir. We are trying to raise the bar, maybe it may not be so fast as you anticipate, but the bar is sort of, we are raising it, sir.
Sir,
So
I am very confident
raising,
that I am very confident with your intervention, there will be exponential improvement in research at ICFI Ranchi, sir.
We hope, sir. We hope and wish, sir.
100%.
And we are also building a capacity building with our own faculty and also the research supervisors. Because a number of them, when they have done the research, PhD, by the time, the statistical methods were not so advanced. So now some of these things we are training them. We are hopeful that, that is going to give you a lot of impetus. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Sir, in fact, we have got Dr. Sudhi Chattopadhyay.
Thank you, Mr. Vishwanath. Actually, I have nothing to add because these two experts, they have elaborately told what are the scope of improvement and all those things for your writing a paper and this thing. And you have really done a very extensive work and very commendable job, which has been acknowledged by your external experts also. Only thing is that I would like to say the same thing, what Professor was telling, that you have got some theoretical results and all those things, but you are in the practice. So you will have to just corroborate whether the findings, research findings.
I need to learn that art too, sir.
Yeah, research findings are matching with your practical experience or something like that. And in future, whenever you will be getting scope, you can extend your this thing, not only for your anti-allergic drugs or something like that. In some other fields also you can see, and then you can verify whether your observations vary or it is similar in nature and this thing. So, and the statistical technique, I fully appreciate the professor, what he has told. Now it is the second generation, what Professor Rao has also told, respected VC, that now it is a second generation statistical technique. So keep it in mind and make some good paper presentation. And I wish you all the best to you and your supervisor. Excellent job done. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. And the credit also goes to Dr. Subrata Day. He has been, in the later phase of his research, has been guiding him. Sir, Dr. Hariharan, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Vishwanath, as two external examiners, and of course, professor also mentioned that it's a very good work which you have done it. I mean, as far as research is concerned, the kind of data analysis and all those things, we could see the rigor of your work over there, and really you put in your very sincere effort. And normally, what we see in research is the way they collect the data, genuinity of the data, then research process we have adopted, and finally the techniques of analysis. And all these three counts, I think you stand out. Certainly, you really stand out. But again, you let me tell you, the Viva is a learning process also. Sometimes we feel Viva is the end. Is not so. So you must have seen that there are many things we learn from the Viva itself, and feel that I have done a very good job. But still, there are many other things which you carry
sir.
out. Certainly,
Frankly speaking, my journey has started just now, sir.
yeah.
Today is my birthday, sir.
Yeah.
In the
Oh,
field of
wonderful,
academics.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Sir, in the field of academics.
Yes.
You can't have a better birthday present than,
Yeah.
getting qualified, at the highest degree, that is.
Highest degree, yes, with PhD. So once again, I congratulate you. My best wishes on your birthday, and then I congratulate you for very soon getting the PhD degree. Okay, all the best, and thank you very much.
Any other?
Sir, Sudipta Majumdar, sir.
Yeah. Where are you, Dr. Sudipta Majumdar? I think he wants to listen to you.
Sir, yeah. Only
Thank you very much, sir, for your suggestions.
No, nothing like that, sir. We were there in the journey, sir, and congratulations to him as per the advice of the experts. And I appreciate your effort, your view that it's a starting journey for you for your new world of academia. And all the
Because,
best.
sir, one thing was bothering me, sir. Because I am 1 day means I am late by 1 day, sir. So that is one thing. And sir, I used to get one steroid, sir. Every 6 months, I used to get one steroid, sir. A steroid coming means
No,
next
steroids have side effects. Let me tell you.
No, sir. Here it is all good, sir.
Good.
Immediately, I used to get ready for a presentation. So that is a booster dose for me, sir. And I cannot tell it's a Pallavi madam, then Sweta Singh madam. Sir, she gave one suggestion, sir. Behavior, BEHIVIOUR should be there, not VIR. Not US English.
Yes, yeah.
I have ensured that one, sir. And up to that level, they have contributed, sir. And Rajkumar, sir. So, thank you very much. Only I can tell, sir, I'll come down, sir, to Ranchi.
Yes, sir.
And,
Really good to meet you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir,
Any comments,
I'm a part
Dr.
of,
Susan?
I'm always consider myself as a part of ICFI, sir. Because ICFI has given me MBA degree, sir. And ICFI is only going to give me the next passport, sir.
That is true. No, Dr. Susan, any comments, sir? Any views or anything you would like to ask?
Sir, I think today is his birthday as well. And
no, madam. Today is my birthday in academics, madam.
Academics.
Oh,
he was
anyway,
putting it in a lighter vein. He was putting in a lighter
in whatever sense, many returns of the day. And of course, you are already a part of ICFI family. And it was an extensive presentation and well done work. And today I can call you Dr. Vishwanath. Isn't it so? Yeah. Dr. Vishwanath, congratulations once again.
Madam, it will take some time for me to digest, madam.
Don't worry. I think you have got all the pills in your pocket, isn't it?
But again, it's only a beginning. You have to,
yes,
you have to bring out lots of paper in good ABDC Scopus indexed. And yes, I wish you all the best. Any help from my side, I'm always there for you. Okay.
Definitely, madam.
Okay. Take care. Right. Okay.
And how can we forget Rubna, madam, sir?
Yeah, Rumna madam. Yeah.
Our madam.
Yes. First of all, I congratulate you and wish you happy birthday, academics.
Yes, madam.
Dr. Vishwanath Mandi. And really, the strenuous work you did, though you were suffering in COVID time, you were following up and working, and your enthusiasm was really very good. So once again, congratulations and thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
You also supported us.
No, madam. I will actual support now. It will start, madam. Any help from my end, I am always available. If I know, I will tell. If I don't know, I will learn and I will tell.
Every time wishes coming.
Thank you, madam.
No, thank you so much, Dr. Ramnaji. And any comments from anybody else? They are all welcome. If
So
any
Satyalakshmi,
comments-
madam.
I think she
I don't think she's not there. You know?
She left. She left.
Yeah, she'll have to do that. So, so in fact, from my side, it's congratulations to both Mr. Vishwanath and also congratulations to Dr. Subrata Kumar, because behind every successful researcher, there is a supervisor. So it's the contribution of the supervisor, not only in terms of academic and research, but also a lot of counseling and lot of a motivation comes from the supervisor.
Yes, sir.
So I think that is something that particularly considering it's a long journey and a self-motivated journey. It's not like a campus program. So that being the case, I think every researcher, irrespective of the experience, they need that dose of motivation. So without that, a lot of times, they can't move forward. So that way I was fortunate to be associated with Vishwanath, for quite some time, particularly as far as this is concerned, starting with, the identification of the topic itself. At that time, coming from the pharmaceutical industry, like typically that time, the topics were very, very banal and very basic topics, like consumer behavior type of a thing. But at that point of time, it is something like 7 years back, we could think through with regard to from the perspective of the prescriber, that is the doctor. So that is something that, it's a very good area to work on.
So yes, sir.
Yeah. And I have seen working with him that how difficult it is, to deal with doctors. I thought it's difficult for us to deal with the doctors or the patients. But, it is a lot more difficult for pharmaceutical companies to deal with the doctors. It's a lot more difficult. So I think, that's where, to go and sort of, spend about an hour or, hour and a half with each one of the respondents, it's not easy. Such a long format, like for most of us, a specialist doesn't even spend 5 minutes. That in place like Hyderabad, we spend, not less than, 2,000 rupees for a specialist, a super specialist. And after that, he doesn't spend even more than 2 minutes or 5 minutes. Of course, Ranchi it is cheaper. So that way, it's a great job and very patiently, very sweetly, he was able to handle them. There were times where his questionnaire or this thing was filled up in 2-3 sittings, not once to that. So, and also we also have seen through that, in between, when some interim results have taken, they were totally counterintuitive, totally. That's when we had to go back to the drawing board.
Yes,
we had to go back to the instrument. Then we had to go back and talk to them and say that, yes, where exactly the problem. So that is a very painstaking job, and normally for a researcher, going back to the kind of, the basic data and see if there are some problems in collection of the data is not easy. So many people, they don't accept it and they happily fudge it. But whereas in his case, he has done it very sincerely and honestly. I think that is something, I should appreciate him. So that too, like, in fact, not only I should say that, there is a nice supervisor behind him, but also behind every successful researcher and successful professional, there is his better half. I also was fortunate to meet his better half also. There was a point of time when both of them came to me. Then they said, yes, it looks like it's not working out. It was about 2 years back when he was not well, and he had a health problem, and it has led to so many other problems, neurological problems and various things. And he has taken off, something like a few months from his job, and he has gone back to the native place, and so he had to come back to the normalcy. I told him that you can come back. So I think, that is what I think has happened. Otherwise, there was a point of time, there was not one, at least twice in his journey, he has given up. He said that it's not working out, not for me. So I think, that's a great, a perseverance, and persistence on the part of Vishwanath, He has worked, there are times where he worked, in the night, going up to midnight, not once day or 2 days, so many days. So I think that is what it is. I think, Vishwanath has finally demonstrated that with the determination and GL, you can overcome all of them. So I think, so congratulations, Vishwanath. I'm just so happy. So more than a birthday, well, let me tell you, before coming into the kind of academics, I was into the business side.
Yes, sir.
I was into the sales, I was CEO. For all the people in the industry, particularly for the sales people, 31st March is an important day, particularly in India.
Yes, sir.
Just like 31st December is so important for the people abroad, in US, I will care for that.
Financial closing.
That is the most important day for them, That day, they have got 24 hours. Up to 12 o'clock in the night or even up to late hours into night, they work, On the days, orders are so important. So I think that is where, I would say that it's a gift to, Vishwanath, being a sales manager, 31st March gift.
Yes, sir.
That is what, in fact, I was putting pressure on Rumna also. So we wanted to make sure that 31st March we should not exceed. And, she has gone through a lot of pressure. I know that, a lot of credit, to make this happen today has gone to Rumnaji.
Yes.
Am I right, Rumnaji?
Yes, sir.
In fact, there were times where I felt guilty because I had to put tremendous pressure on her because, I promised to him by 31st March, I'll give the order to him. 31st March order is important, because that gets accounted in that financial year. I think sort of tomorrow it's a different thing altogether into that. It has to come on 31st March into that.
Yes.
So that's where I think Rumnaji has worked hard. And one of the examiners, we got the report earlier, but the second one, it has taken a lot of time and lots of, perseverance and persistence on the part of Rumnaji to make it happen.
Thank you.
Rumnaji, in fact, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because see, by nature, I'm a person, I'll not leave things, I put pressure on others, I put pressure on myself. Just as I put pressure on Rumna, I pressure myself also. So that way, otherwise things will not move. Life will not be just like that into that. Otherwise, it's always this thing into that. That's where people like me were survived, like organizations like HCL Technologies and Shivnana, So some of you must talk to him and work with him, you understand, how tough it is, Every day survival is a problem there, It's not every year, every month into that. So that's what is life in industry, I think that's where we have come. And Vishwanath coming from the pharmaceutical industry, so he survived Dr. Reddy Labs. And that's also not a very kind organization, So that way he survived ICFI also. And ICFI is, PhD, So congratulations, Vishwanath. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
You have done a lot of kind of, proud. So because, somebody like, I think, to satisfy Dr. Rajiv Panda is not easy.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Particularly in the research methodology, I haven't seen somebody, I think, I don't know all the people. I haven't seen somebody, more rigorous than Dr. Rajiv Panda so far, very young, but at the same time, like in fact, his thoroughness in the research methodology is, I think, unparalleled.
Yes, sir.
Whatever you do, he can still tell you that sort of something more can be done. I think that's where, every time I interact with him, I learn a lot of things. I think, so to have a word from him to say that is one of the finest theses that he has evaluated, I think that's not an easy thing, to get to that. In fact, as a matter of fact, his evaluation report is fairly long.
Yes, sir.
I've gone through that, it's not a short one. So Dr. S.K. Dubey, the report is short, but whereas, Dr. Rajiv Panda report is long. So our university, we are able to progress because of, the evaluators like that. Evaluators like Dr. K.B.L. Srivatsava. His report was not less than 8 or 10 pages. Initially, he threatened me. He said that you are taking a risk, he told me, Professor Rao. If you are calling me that, your report will be bigger than the kind of synopsis, But those are the things that helped us to understand, where to improve. So great. I think, thank you very much. And,
Sir.
at a Subrata day towards the end, he chipped in and I tried to sort of help him, But
we meet at usually 10 o'clock, sir. 10
yeah.
PM.
So I think, the thesis writing, thesis review, all of them have helped. And also not only that, all our team, they have worked.
Yes, sir.
In fact, possibly I have seen so many universities. I have seen very few universities where PhD is a teamwork of the faculty members of the universities. Let me repeat that. I've very rarely seen universities, including premier universities, most of them it's between the supervisor and the scholar. Whereas in our university, the PhD, the teamwork of so many faculty members. I think that's a culture and that is the spirit what we have developed. And that is something that will kind of stand as a good study into that. Good. Thank you all very much and all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Namaskar.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Okay, right. Thank you.